Sam Houston loses 41-24 to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers in the first game of the 2025 season. A lot of bad for sure, but those things can be ironed out. There are also some good things to really take away from this week 0 matchup. A tough game on the road in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hello, everyone. This is Colin Neal for Sam Houston Sports Talk. If you haven't already, be sure you subscribe today for all the Sam Houston Bearcat talk. Today, we are going to be looking at said game. It can be going through a film breakdown and analysis. And just a disclaimer, and this shouldn't really be a surprise to anyone. I am one of, if not the least qualified person to be talking about football plays and analyzing and breaking them down. But I wanted to do this so that way we can get a better idea of what went down on that Saturday evening in Bowling Green. Some things I noticed, and these plays I picked out of the many plays that happened, mainly because they showcase what I think went wrong. And it's pretty telling what you can find once you go back and rewatch the whole game, because there's not as much you can pick up when the game's going live, because you're not going to go back and rewind the same play 5 to 10 times and looking at every single area of the field and hoping you can find something. It's live action. It's especially with this new Longo offense, it's tempo. So you don't really necessarily have a lot of time to really go back and watch. And maybe if you're a staunch football guy, a coach, player, you can notice things a lot quicker than the average person. So I literally watched all these plays at least 10 times each, just to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So I hope I do the best I can. But I think after this video, you might get a better idea what may have went wrong against Western Kentucky. Just an FYI, the quality of these videos are going to be kind of weird, so just bear with me on this. But at the end of the day, you'll see what I mean. So first play we're going to look at is going to be the first offensive play of the game. In my opinion, this was a really good way to start it. We'll just play it right here. Watson gets the snap, 3 receivers to the right, and then Green gets the flat route and then gains a nice 15, 16 yards. Really good play to start off with. Just keep an eye right here. Right here is not really anything. You're gonna have Bledsoe, who's down here. He's gonna run a deep. He's gonna run a deep post route a little bit, kind of like about 15-yard post route. But keep an eye out on the wide receiver in Quavis, Humphreys, and I believe right here is Avion Smith-Mack here, and you're also going to have Austin Smith here. Keep an eye on those guys as the play goes on, but they're going to do a nice job of blocking. Just kind of watch them block upfield. Good block up top by Quavis, and a decent block by Austin Smith, and good job as well for Avion Smith-Mack to keep going on his routes to just take that defender out of the play and to continue blocking down the field in case Green breaks off into that third level. So a really good job by the receivers, a really nice play to gain an easy 15 yards. But one thing I do want to point out, more specifically though, I want you to watch the left side, especially what happens here with the left tackle and Luke Eckert. Now, I know there was talk that he was possibly going to be in that left guard spot, but with James Don II out at center, Cam Todd was then put at center, and Cole Dieterich was moved over to the right tackle spot, which he had some trouble in on the game. But just watch Eckert right there. We're going to play it right here. Just kind of he kind of gets stood up pretty quickly on that play. Let's watch it one more time. And that number 44 for WKU, Harper Holloman, is a really solid guy. He's probably going to be a all-conference team player. But that right there is a sign that things come. It's not that big of a deal in this case because it's a fast play. But yeah, that it's just something to keep an eye on. But remember this first play as we go on. There are things that went right, and we are going to highlight some highlights, but we're also going to look at lowlights. And I'm not saying that a player is good necessarily and bad. I'm just analyzing what I see. I'm not going to make a determination on a player that is in week 0 on the road in a Conference USA game when there's a bunch of other new faces and in a new coaching staff. Like, everyone's still trying to get the ebbs and flows of everything. It's just that if I'm doing these kind of things, it's just I'm just analyzing what I see. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this first defensive play of this film breakdown. We can play right here. Play action MacGyver, and he finds, I believe that's Barry or Musa for WKU. Yeah, it's Barry. Just a nice little good quit slant route. Play this a little further. Now I'm gonna pause it right here. Now, the one guy I need you to watch is CJ Brown, right here on the right side of your screen. I believe this is a zone, but what he's going to see, the reason why he steps up is that there's going to be play action on this side, as you saw. And because he steps up, it allows Barry to get up close, get up towards there with Brown too caught up over here with the play action. We'll watch it right here. Steps up. Barry gets in, and it's, easy pickings. And against a quarterback like Maverick MacGyver, it's just too easy. And that's going to be a theme as we go on because there were quite a lot of missed assignments on defense. I will also say this was the play that just basically built up WKU to be in a good position for that first touchdown of the game with MacGyver throwing to Matthew Henry. I'm not going to show that because it was just a really good play, but it just shows that the touchdowns are not always the most important plays. Sometimes the most important play is what leads up to getting a team in the field position in order to try something like that for a touchdown. So, yeah, it's again, just keep an eye out on missed assignments. It's going to be a theme here. And on this one, this was the first big play of the day for the Bearcats. This was on the drive that got them the first points of this game with a field goal. But this was a big play right here. And if you remember from the first play, this is almost the exact same kind of formation that they ran. 3 receivers up top with the tight end in Lawton this time, going to be in the middle of Grady O'Neill, and I don't know who that is up top, but I probably should have made note of that, but whatever. And then I believe that is Chris Reed down there or Tim Burns Jr. I'm still trying to get used to everybody's faces, but you have Alton McCaskill in the backfield, same 5 offensive linemen. And then what's going to happen? Well, I'll just go ahead and let you show you right here and this is impressive by Watson. And I hope we see a lot more of this as a big gain right there for Rayfield Lawton, Mississippi State transfer. We're going to actually wait a little bit longer to show that. But so it's a pretty simple play, actually, but sometimes simple means more. It's mostly the same play. I mean, obviously different personnel. Forget who's up here, but you're going to have Lawton in the middle. You're going to have Grady O'Neill in the slot. And I believe that's Tim Burns Jr. I believe that's down here. I could be wrong, though. I'm still trying to get everyone's names down. But you're going to have Elijah. Actually, this is actually Alton McCaskill, rather, I should say. This is Alton McCaskill. He's going to run a flat route. And then you're going to have Grady O'Neill run a slant down over here. And this guy's just going to go out somewhere. Just kind of get outside boundary. Hopefully take this safety out of the equation along with this corner. You're going to take those 2 players out. And then you have Lawton go up here, kind of run a go. And then this receiver up here is also going to run a go. And it's actually a really nice play, I will say. But you're just kind of watch it unfold and watch Watson's head as well. Just watch how he just processes everything that goes down. Just beautiful. Finds the space. Really beautiful. And watch this next part right here as well. Flat's not there. Grady's not there. Boom. Finds Lawton. Watch that one more time as it gets back in here. Flat's not there. Grady's not there. Lawton's there. Boom. Just perfect. Going through the motions. I really want to see Watson do more of that. Next play right here is on the same drive. Just the offensive line was pretty disappointing in this game, and I had the PFF grades on Sam Houston Sports Talk X/Twitter. If you want to go check those out, they did upgrade. So for the preview pod, they're going to be updated because they do change by like a point or so. And however you view PFF grades, rather, they usually more often than not, it backs up what happens when you see the film. I'm not going to take PFF grades at face value. I'm still going to rely on the film, but the PFF grades just kind of give you a better idea of what went down, what you really couldn't see. And if you're not really as much of a football knowledge guy as like a coach or a player, there's some things that us people that never played or anything, miss. But this play right here, has had a lot of potential. We're gonna just go ahead and let it play out. Let you make your thoughts and analysis real quick. Lawton motions to the left. He's gonna run a bit of a wheel route as a tight end. Play action, and Watson has to escape the pocket and tries to go out there. And just go back a little bit, just kind of see what the design was. Chris Reed, I believe this is Chris Reed. He's just gonna go out, just take a couple of defenders out of the play, and then you're gonna have Tim Burns Jr. kind of run a comeback right over here, and then like I said, Lawton's just gonna run a wheel route, kind of some sorts of tight end wheel, and then Grady is going to come over here and run a slant. It's actually really nice play design. I actually liked it a lot. Watson will do play action on this, but just kind of want you to watch what goes down over here on the left side of the offensive line. Things just kind of get going, and you're also going to see how Larson's going to pull and then pick up a block here. So we're going to go ahead and erase everything. Just keep this image in your mind about what's going to go down. Okay, let's go ahead and play it. Larson pulls, he slips. If he just catches 15, in my opinion, if he catches 15, then Grady is going to be Grady's put himself in a nice position that if Watson throws out over here, see how Watson has already dipped because 15 for WKU just bulldozes in, mainly because Larson slips. And Grady's got this is a really nice pocket right here, and Watson's trying to get away from 15. Grady wasn't ready as soon as Watson was, he was already running basically. And this guy right here for WKU, he's turned around. He doesn't see Grady coming over here. He sees Tim Burns Jr. right up here. So it's just a good play, but just the old line just kind of let everyone down right there a little bit. Could have Watson have possibly tried to throw on the run to O'Neal? Maybe, but then he'll be throwing across his body, and that's just kind of not what you want to do as a quarterback. It's a cardinal sin. I think Watson had a good idea to try to hit Tim Burns Jr. up here. It's just a good play by the DB for WKU. And it was a good play. It's just unfortunate things happen. And this would have been the first down, if not more, and probably got the Bearcats in the red zone. Just real quick, I kind of wanted to highlight this one real quick. Jace Arnold, Wisconsin transfer, very interesting player. When I talked to Ryan Anderson about Longo's offensive style, it's a podcast that's gonna be linked below in the description. Check it out. But he mentioned Jace Arnold, and I think he's a very interesting player. You're gonna see him. He's lined up on the left hash around the see that's the 31-yard line, and he's gonna make a fantastic play right here. So we're gonna go ahead and play it at full speed, and you're gonna get a better angle on it. But what a nice PBU right there to force a third down and long. Just kind of, or on a third down and long, excuse me, just kind of force WKU to punt. Really nice adjustment. Get the hands in there and knock it away. Just a really nice play by the Wisconsin transfer. You'll see right here, great technique, not getting letting receiver behind him. He looks out, and it's actually really right for him to look out that way, because a ball like that should be going more towards up the field. I still a decent throw by MacGyver, but a really good job here by Arnold to just turn around, get his hands in there, not commit a penalty, and just knock the ball away. What a nice play by Arnold. All right, on this one, I'm a little bit ahead of myself because I think I need to break a defensive play on the previous series where WKU was on offense and they went in down the field and scored a touchdown. But after that, the Bearcats had a nice start to their offense drive to try to respond when they threw a 9-yard pass to Quavez Humphreys. But this right here was one of the many occasions where the offense just hurt themselves. And 2nd and 1, it's just a nice job, nice call right here. Nice job by Quavez to be ready, but he just drops it. I mean, you just cannot do that in that situation. To build momentum for the offense, it's very key to make these small things count. And yeah, could they have converted the 3rd and 1? Absolutely. But drops just absolutely just hurt a lot. They got you. It's just not supposed to happen. That's really all there is to it. Next, it's going to be a defensive play this was afterwards, I believe, after this drive, because they turned it over on downs on the previous drive. So you're going to see, and he's right behind me, but Matthew Henry's up top. But I'm gonna just watch a good old Tyler Bailey, a good friend of the program. I'm just gonna go ahead and let it play out. Really nice PBU for Tyler Bailey, the former wide receiver turned defensive back. He's gonna be right over here, and he does a good job looking towards the quarterback's eyes. He's gonna step back just a little bit, but then once he recognizes where MacGyver's trying to go, and where MacGyver's going is going to be this guy again, good old Matthew Henry, and on Alonzo Edwards. And they picked on Alonzo Edwards all night when Matthew Henry was matched up against him. We'll get more into that later. But just nice job by Tyler Bailey to recognize and see what MacGyver is trying to do. And you'll get a better angle on it once after this clip right here. Gets up in the air. That's a touchdown. That is an absolute touchdown right there. If Tyler Bailey does not interfere. Look at that. Quick, recognizes it. You can see at the bottom of your screen that how quickly he recognizes it. Gets there. Just a nice play right there for number 13, Tyler Bailey. All right, so the Bearcats got the ball first to begin the second half. They started off with a nice 12, 13-yard run by Ultimate McCaskill. And this right here was one of the best plays, not like the call itself, but how everyone executed their assignment to get the Bearcats into the red zone and ultimately scored a touchdown with the Ultimate McCaskill. Then it's just a long run right here by the transfer. Just nicely executed. Hey, I think he would have gone on to score if number 11 wasn't there for Western Kentucky, but just a nice job to go ahead and get inside the 10-yard line. Key is the blocking. Austin Smith is going to pull out here. You're also going to see the offensive line on the right side pull as well and just make absolutely great blocks, which is what you need in this offense if you want to succeed. In all offenses, really. It's just good blocking. I actually going to correct myself. Dieterich didn't pull, but you're going to get a better angle on it in just a second. But this is what the offense can be as long as everyone executes their assignments. And they don't have to be perfect. They just have to execute. You're gonna see Austin Smith. It was again Larson that pulled. Dietrich actually stayed where he was. Wait for it. And then Smith is gonna make a fantastic block on number 8. And then with Eckert, one of his best refs of the night, pushing away, boom. Just a nice gap that was just made out of nothing, it looked like. And good on McCaskill for sticking to that gap and trusting his offensive line. Again, just a great block by Austin Smith to for that big gain, and again scoring that touchdown for the Bearcats. McCaskill did a few plays later. And after that, Alden McCaskill run in for a touchdown. The Bearcat defense got a scoop and score. Alonzo Edwards got the ball loose on a great hit, and Jameer Diaz picked the ball and then ran it in. I kind of want to do a separate video, by the way, on Jameer Diaz because he actually is really, really good. He did really well in this game for Western Kentucky, and it shows probably why he got that defensive end job. But here, so Sam Houston's going to rush 3. It's 3rd and 7. The Bearcats are out 24-20 in this situation, and just they're going to go up here towards Matthew Henry, and he's matched up with Alonzo Edwards. And this is what happened. It's a zone defense. Edwards just kind of gets caught, and it's just a long pass, and Western Kentucky ultimately took the lead back for a touchdown. It seems that, I guess, Edwards thought that maybe, kind of want to watch this one more time. Looks like that he thought that MacGyver was going to go to the middle and probably just go inside, but he's probably supposed to be, if this is cover 3, he's supposed to be going more to take away that deep threat. And Henry and MacGyver just make him pay. You'll see a little bit better on this angle here. Backs off. He takes that step inside and he doesn't go up more. And judging by how he and Fish were close to each other, I think he's supposed to keep going up because I really do think this is a cover 3. Let's watch it again here. Maybe if I had myself, yeah, I think the deep safety is going back. Jaden Scott. So I think this is a cover 3 design, and then you're gonna have CJ Brown, who's on the 35-yard line, 35-yard line. Stay there. There's a lot to really look at here on this play, but I think Alonzo Edwards is supposed to be going more up there, and he just gets beat by MacGyver and Henry. And again, like I don't know for sure. It's just something that I see. I'm not trying to bash Edwards here. I'm just pointing out, like, hey, this just looks kind of odd. I wish I wasn't on the meeting rooms and in the film room for the teams to really understand like what happened in this situation, because this kind of turned the tide a little bit of the game. I don't know. It's interesting looking at film from a perspective of someone that's not in the meetings, and I want to get better at this kind of stuff. But for now, the only judgment I can make is that Edwards just should have his assignment probably should have been to kept going backwards, or maybe he's supposed to stay that fly, and maybe Jaden Scott's supposed to be going over there to make sure Henry doesn't get over the top. But yeah, and also rushing 3 I thought was an interesting decision because I thought that MacGyver was getting a lot of time, but I'll discuss that more later at the end of the video. Next play, this one was kind of hard to watch because a lot of people actually said that this was the turning point. Western Kentucky was up 27-24 with a little over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And this was just I'll just let you watch it for yourself. Tight end motions from left to right. MacGyver design rollout, throws it down the field. Just a nice throw. And what a catch by Barry of Western Kentucky. And the reason why that happened, if I were to imagine, is the fact that right here, you see Cecil Powell. Just kind of watch what he does as this play goes on. Another angle's coming up as well. Steps up, and MacGyver sees that. I mean, give credit to Powell. He does a really good job of recovering, but you shouldn't put yourself in this kind of situation if you're a defensive back. I mean, Barry makes a nice catch, flag goes down, pass interference, but obviously that's declined. It's not a spot foul in the NFL, or in the college rather. But here's the angle, and you're going to have Joe Swin at the bottom over here. And there's Cecil Powell right there. I believe that's I think that's an A. I think that's Johnson right there. But just kind of watch what happens. Pretty simple. Powell bites on the out route. Swin does his job. That's what he's supposed to do. That's his zone. But it seems like Powell's, you can see that his first step back is going backwards. It seems that his job is to go back deep and play deep rather. That's kind of what I'm getting to. That causes him though to lose that step as Barry was running that seam route down the boundary. Just another example of bad misassignments that shouldn't happen. As soon as he makes that step, it's done. MacGyver already saw that, and he's going to bomb it down the field to Barry. And WKU scored a touchdown to take a 34-24 lead in the game. And basically, that's kind of where the tide turned. And the Bearcats try to respond, but this is just another example of assignments just not being done the way they should, and just kind of some mess ups. This is, again, just my opinion. I do think that there were some mess ups here on this, but it's a great play design. Just going to go ahead and let it play right here just to let y'all see. 1, 2, claps, hand off to McCaskill. It's a gain of positive yardage, but this could have been such a bigger play. This could have been a first down potentially, or even a third and short, and it's just kind of still like a third and medium. But we're gonna just kind of watch what happens here. Well, first of all, I think it's a nice play design because you're gonna have, I believe that's Smith the run out here to be a blocker just in case Watson wants to keep it. And obviously, you're going to have McCaskill go here. Watson has the option, though, to take the ball himself and go block. You're going to have Qualvez run a curl out right up here. I can't tell who that is. And then you're going to have Smith Mack run a kind of like an out route, I guess. But then you're going to have guys pull Larson and Dieterich going to go out and pull. And I want you to watch what happens with Larson and Dieterich, as I'm going to go ahead, just get rid of these and play. They run into each other, and it's just this disaster. McCaskill probably should have started going more outside, but I think it's a little concerning that Dieterich and Larson ran into each other, because I think Dieterich should have been going more wide than that, because that's clearly not, I don't think that's his assignment. So maybe if McCaskill as well just cuts more to the outside, maybe he gets some more yardage. But I think there's just a mistake right here, and I think Watson probably should have taken it because he had Smith as a blocker. But Holloman does a good job, number 44, to make sure that he stays breaking down, just goes where the ball is. and just a good job overall by WKU's defense. But the blocking should have been a lot better. And Joseph also kind of just gets pushed aside by 13. You can see him right over here, the left guard for Sam Houston. He just gets tossed aside, causing more pressure and all. Some things just go wrong, and I don't know. And uh, Eckert also just kind of ignores this linebacker for some reason, or actually, that's the wrong word. Just kind of just doesn't see him really. I guess it's designed for the left side of the line to go out there. Actually, it is. I'm gonna correct myself. This is actually really good by Eckert to go ahead and go up there just in case Watson takes it, because then what happens here is that he gets 21 for WKU, and then Smith's gonna go ahead and block 17 if Watson takes it. So this is actually really good job here by Eckert to get up there just in case Watson does take it. So I like that quite a lot, actually. But Joseph he can't be thrown down like that. He has to stay in control over there, his assignment. And Dietrich and Larson need to get that down too, because there was a couple of weird ones tonight that night on those sort of things. And there were 2 drops that just killed drives, and this was the most painful one, really. It's another nice little design right here by Longo. Watson gets the ball. He's going to throw to Lawton, who is open, but he drops it. Just drops it. And he did come up limping on that. I think that was after the fact, but not a perfect spiral, no, but it's right to Lawton's chest, and Lawton has to catch that. And I'm sure if you go out there and ask him, he's going to say the same thing, like, yeah, I got to catch that ball. Just has to catch that. Now, all wasn't bad for the defense. This was, in my opinion, probably their best rep of the night, or one of. I don't know if there's there's probably a better one. They'd probably be like, oh no, this isn't the best one. This other one was actually really good. But this is a nice coverage sack. Everyone's on their assignments. And good job by Josiah Stevens just rushing. I hope he gets more snaps, because I think Josiah Stevens, he's on the left side of the defensive line, rushing in at the top. You see they're going against the right tackle. Forces the holding penalty, but West Virginia transfer Lawton just battling through and then going ahead and getting his first sack as a Bearcat. And then you can kind of see everyone on the left side just sticking to their assignments. Just good job. Jameer Diaz does a really good job, too, of recognizing that little zigzag route, sort of. But overall, just a really good rep right here by the defense. And I'm going to follow up that defensive, good defensive play with this one. Pinned deep inside the 5. What do the Bearcats do? Everyone thinks that they're probably going to run it, but nope. They're going to go ahead and run a play action, and then Watson's just going to dot it right to Grady O'Neal to get up to the 33 yard line. Just a beautiful route right there by Grady O'Neal. Just a nice play. Nice throw right there by Watson. And that's where things can go well when you establish the run. Hey, Watson can run. He's not that quote unquote good of a thrower. He's not the Longo prototypical Longo quarterback, as some would say on the outside. This is where kind of the beauty of it is for this kind of play. Just watch this safety right here. He's going to bite on that play action. And because of that, when Grady runs out here, slant, and then diverts and goes out here, goes deeper than that, obviously, but I can't go much further into it. Just a nice call on the play action. You can see it right here. He bites on it, steps up. Grady has all this space, and just a nice placement throw by Watson. Just good overall. You're going to see it one more time right here. Dots. And remember when I mentioned that they were going after Edwards all night long? Well, there it is again right there. Henry dips. gets out of there, and just I don't know what Alonzo Edwards could do better here. I would say probably not be so antsy on the step up like that, especially since they did that to him a couple of more times throughout the night. Just and also got to make your tackles. Just have to get there. Henry, though, is a beast. Just watch it one more time, better angle. Just that step up. That step up is what killed it right there. Henry does such a good job in his route running. Good call by WKU to go after it again, and a good throw by MacGyver as well. All right, final play we're going to look at is just another example of great design, just missed assignments. From the 1 yard line, 2nd and goal. Watson made a nice run to get to the 1 yard line, almost scored on this play, on the previous play rather. But then out of the 2-minute timeout, just going to go ahead and let it play. Motioning 3 tight ends under center, play action, and Watson gets sacked all the way back. Green and Larson just get kind of smoked a little bit. Just a good play by number 44 again, Holloman. He caused the chaos. You're going to see right here. It's a great play, I think. It's because what happens is Smith's going to go out here, and I believe this is Dylan Burke. He's going to run a flat. And then Qualvez is going to take Qualvez is going to take this play out of the occasion. Play action, and then has to block here, and Larson's going to pull block. I forget what he does. I forgot. I think that's Jewin, I think. But either way, you're going to go ahead and just get rid of that. Just kind of watch what happens with Larson pulling in Green trying to block. Larson just gets pummeled. I think, yeah, Dieter just kind of gets double teamed there on the right side. Or no, he doesn't get double teamed. He actually does a good job taking that guy out of the equation. But Holloman just absolutely barrels through Larson. Larson can't stand up. I think if Green, though, probably should have been a bit more outside to try to get that edge rusher. It's a good play, though, by number 15, and that just killed it. And if everything kind of just, if you give Watson a half a second longer, to put it right here for Austin Smith, he's wide open. That's an easy 6 right there to just quell the deficit. But at the end of the day, though, what happens is what happened. Watson gets sacked, and they don't get anything to end the game. You guys see a better idea. Just Larson getting plummeted, and Green just getting absolutely plummeted by Larson. I think if Green probably doesn't get hit by Larson, just probably, a touchdown, I will say. Well, if you made it this far in the video, well, first off, thank you very much. And secondly, I hope you enjoyed this film breakdown and analysis. But before I end it, I want to leave you with a couple of notes, okay? So, 1, this is week 0. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be misassignments, especially in a whole new offense, especially for the offensive line that is getting used to a new scheme. It's going to happen. It's just, I'm just looking at things, and I'm breaking down, and I'm just analyzing what I am seeing. And secondly, defense is the same thing, really. But in the essence that there's a lot of other guys that haven't really played with each other that much. I think, and also just getting under Freddie Autry-Lindsey's system defensively, just got to cut out the mistakes, and I think they will be just fine. 3, the defensive line has to get better at pressuring the quarterback, especially in a pass-heavy offense like MacGyver. If you give that guy way too much time, he's going to make you pay along with the playmakers on the outside. 4, patience is the key when it comes to this. I think that this offense is going to be pretty decent, and Watson himself is learning, and I think he's still learning too. There are some times where maybe if he just reacts a little quicker, there will be plays that won't be negative, they would be positive, or nothing is gained or whatsoever. And even now, like a 73.7 passing grade for Watson, according to PFF, that would have been his second highest PFF passing grade last year. So he looks decent throwing the football on film and according to analytics. But it's still going to take some time. And I think Longo's going to keep on going to work with what Watson has. Because here's the thing. Watson has the ability to make something out of nothing, to adjust, use his legs, get out there, make something happen. But I still do think that there is some thing left to be desired with his arm, and I think his arm has gotten much better, and I think he will be fine. But overall, guys, there's no need to overreact to a week 0 loss. I know it's a very tough loss, mainly because it's a Conference USA opponent. First weekend, the mistakes were pretty obvious. But this could have been a lot worse. This could have been also better. And I've seen worse personally. And I'm not discouraged yet by what Longo brings to the table. It's just one game, guys. There's no need to overreact. Let's see how the guys do against UNLV on Friday.